Welcome to the replay. This is part two. Just gonna finish this up real quick before I get on out of here. But yeah. So I think. Hold on, let me turn this around real quick. Really? Periscope is tripping today, irking the heck out of me. Goodness. Hold on. Come on, Periscope. Hello. Who just came in the room? Okay. Yeah, Periscope is tripping today. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I mean the whole situation is just the fact that like people are tired, so tired of just sitting back and doing nothing. People are tired of going through the same old conversation. Hello, hello, hello. Everybody that just joined. I'm talking about what happened in Minneapolis where the Black Lives Matter students were shot and nobody said a damn thing. Hello. Hey. Yeah, so 2 to 5, I'm not sure. I've heard 2, I've heard 5 Black Lives Matter students were shot, or at least shot at. I think I've heard 2 were injured, and I've heard 5 were injured. So if you guys know the actual number, that let me know, so I can get that correct. But the situation is, we had 2 to 5 people shot in Minneapolis. Didn't nobody say a damn thing. Nobody said a word. I had to hear it online, because I promise you I haven't seen it on any news stations. And I've been checking. So the question is, where do we go from here, right? The question is, what do we do next? We've done the peaceful protests. That hasn't worked. You know, we haven't. We've written the letters, made the phone calls. That hasn't worked. There's only 2 things these people understand: votes and dollars. Right? So what am I gonna recommend? What I recommend for the situation is, we have a whole thing of holiday shopping coming up, right? I recommend you be very careful of where you spend your dollars. I'm not saying boycott everything. I'm saying be very careful of when you spend your dollars. Pay attention to where you're spending your money. Stop making research. Make them think for a while. Make them at least think about giving a damn by pulling your dollars out. We make them so much money. What would happen if they missed that for a few days? I promise you they'll crash. But the question is, how many people are actually going to do it? Every single business that I worked for is African American owned. Every single one. And I do that for a reason. Because of the fact that I support my kings and queens. But one thing that I will say, so I'm not going to be like, I'm never going to shop at Target or whatever. Again, I'm not going to say that. But at the same token, I'm not going to go out and spend my whole check there for Christmas. That's not going to happen. Not that I've ever done that anyways. But like I said, what we need to do this year, so we can make some serious noise, is pay attention to where we're spending our dollar. Because we haven't done that before. We haven't tried that one yet. And we definitely need to find a list of places to boycott, and boycott for real, and be like, okay, we're all not going to do this, and let's see what happens. That's when change is going to come. And for the love of God, vote in local elections, please. The presidential election is not the only damn election. That's the problem. Too many people are just voting the presidential election, forget about the local election, and the local election is what's going to affect you directly in the first damn place. Your local election is what affects you in the first place. Your national election affects you, but not as much as your local does. You know who the hell your governor is, your alderman, your freaking your mayor. I said that because I rolled my eyes because I don't really like mine. Never voted for him, never will. And he won't be in office next year. I promise you that. This is his last time in office. He's lucky he even got in this time. I'm lucky he got in. Because he was this close to being out. But the Black Caucus said, hey, let's vote this jackass back in. Yeah, thank you for that. So the question is, what do we do next? Vote, damn it. People be like, oh, your vote doesn't count. Yes, it does. That's what they want you to think, your vote doesn't count. So you don't vote. Ever thought about that one? They want to make you think your vote don't count, so you don't do it. That is the problem. But so many people are like, well, my vote's not going to count anyways. But it's not going to count if you don't do it, of course. But you have to know who your local politicians are. Because you got to know who to get rid of when shit don't go right. Because we got a couple people to get rid of. Because things are not going right. We got a governor that has to go. A mayor that has to go. An attorney general that has to go. Or should I say state's prosecutor that has to go. Because they sat up because they've done nothing for this city, for this state. And we sitting here so broke we can't even pay our lotto winners. I'm gonna say that again. Illinois is so broke, if you win the lotto past $600, you can't get paid. Where the hell does that ever happen? Ever. Something has to change here. We have some serious issues. We have a situation now where we have people that are downtown protesting because a 16-year-old boy was killed last year by police because they got shot 16 times. 16 times. I don't know what the hell this kid did. Illinois. I don't know what this kid did. I don't give a damn what this kid did. 16 times. And 9 times of those, he was already on the ground. There's something wrong when this kind of behavior is acceptable. I'm going to say this again. 16 times this child was shot. And 9 of those times, he was on the ground, face down. Where did he pose a threat when he was on the ground? Explain that to me, because I'm confused about that situation. I'm sure a lot of people are too. I'm still waiting for the news to say something about the fact that 5 Black Lives Matter protesters got shot in Minneapolis. And the fact that we already have terrorism here, but y'all don't want to acknowledge it. Because but then again, it's probably going to take the same thing it took when 6 black churches burned. And nobody said a word. Not one time. Until the 7th church burned. And only because that church has been burned twice. Been burned once before. Otherwise, they wouldn't have cared. There's something wrong when we can't say Black Lives Matter. So I say Black Lives Matter too. And nobody's ever saying that, the whole thing with all lives matter is only to combat Black Lives Matter. And that's why I have a problem with that statement. Because yes, all lives matter. Everybody matters. However, what I've noticed and I've seen very frequently is that our lives don't matter as much as everyone else's. And it's been very, very apparent. And that's the problem, is our lives should matter as much as everyone else's, and they don't. That's where the problem is. And it's not that we don't care. It's not that we can't. It's not that, we're just saying, it's all about Black power, this, that, and that. It's not just that. It's that we shouldn't have to work 10 times harder doing the same damn job to get recognition. But that's what it is. And it's the craziest thing in the world. And like I said, there's something wrong when we die. It's acceptable. It's like, oh, it's another day. They probably did it to themselves. We have to get out of this mentality. where we're allowing this. We have to get out of this mentality where we're saying, thank you for the hearts. I'm sorry, I've been like on a rant. Thank you so much for the shares, the hearts. You guys are amazing. We have to get out of this mentality when we're just saying, oh, well, that's just how things go. You can't change it. You can't change it. Says who? You can change it, but you have to be willing to do something. You have to be willing to say, enough is enough. Unlearned behavior. Unlearned behavior. Man, I swear. Unlearned behavior. It's this whole self-hatred situation we have going on, to be quite honest. Because the whole situation is the fact of we don't think that we're worthy. Therefore, we're doing stuff that's destructive to ourselves. That's not helping the situation. Because when we do things that are destructive to ourselves, then they can say, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's how they act. I told you. See, I told you they was going to do X, Y, Z. Because we allowed ourselves to be negative. We allowed ourselves to become hateful toward one another. So therefore, when we're sitting up here and we're being hateful toward one another, that's just giving another reason to be like, see, you can't give them no money because they'll do X, Y, Z. No, and we know, but most of us know, that if you give us the money, it's a sickness. It is. It truly is. Because most of us know if you give us money, we're going to find a way to build something and not need you to give us a job because we're going to create our own. That's how it really goes. That's what they're afraid of, that we're not going to need them anymore because we're going to create our own businesses and do our own thing and not need their help that they're trying to pass off. That's what the fear is. Because they know we're smart. They know that we know what we're doing. They know that we have skills. And they know that what they're paying us isn't enough. And one day, we're going to be like, this isn't working for me. I can do that. And I'm like I can do that. And I have a base. We're influential even when we don't want to be. Wait, hold on. Yeah, and I love that one. We're influential even when we don't want to be, and the biggest thing about that is I was talking to Mom about the American Music Awards, and she was like, it's a lot of people that are not African American that are sounding a little bit, that you wouldn't know that if you didn't look at them. And I think, and I love all of my artists. I think there's so many amazing artists out there, but at the same token, when you're sitting there and you have a soulful sound and it's not come from an African American artist, you're taking away from the African American artist that could be making money because now you're quote unquote marketable, right? I said it before. I don't understand how all of a sudden hip hop is getting played in Macy's just because Iggy Azalea started doing it. When we had Eve, when we had Queen Latifah, we need all these amazing queens that were doing hip hop before. MC Light, Salt and Pepper, all them. Macy's wasn't playing their music before. But all of a sudden Iggy Azalea is doing hip hop. And she's a ratchet. Let's be clear. She has a couple songs that are okay, but for the most part she's incredibly ratchet with her music. But all of a sudden that's okay to be corporate. There's something wrong with this. There's something wrong when all of a sudden you get these random people popping up and they're making all this money with no skills, none whatsoever in the industry. But they're making money because they were able to sell themselves out, because they had no identity, and now people are thinking this is cool, and this is hot, and this is what you do. I get so frustrated with artists and talk about, I'm just an artist, I'm not a role model. Boo, you are a role model whether you want to be or not. So you chose to do this, I'm going to need you to act like it. You chose to be in this light, don't say you're not a role model, because you are. Some kid looks up to you and understand that and respect that. And understand that music is supposed to inspire. That's the whole purpose. I'm going to say this again. Music is supposed to inspire. And the whole reason that they screwed up the industry to begin with was because it was empowering people and helping them to love themselves. It shows so much love and so much respect. That was the problem. People were getting mad because music was inspiring so many people around the world. Music is a universal language, but it wasn't feeding into the agenda that they wanted to. That's why we have the issue we got now. A whole bunch of music where it's like, what the hell are they saying? I'm confused. What did they do? What? There's a whole bunch of music out there. People just was not, well, it's music, but it's more like noise because it's like, wait, what did they say? What are they doing? But it's on the radio. They're getting mad play. Think about that. Think about why some things are on the radio and some things aren't. Think about what some people are getting the push and other people aren't. It's all about this perception they're trying to create about who we are. And then making us feel less than because we don't act like that. You're not black enough if you don't do X, Y, Z. That's a whole nother scope of how you have to be X, Y, Z and talk this way and act this way and walk this way in order to fit into some little box of blackness. It's appalling. It's frustrating. But it's not going to change until we say something and do something about it. It is difficult to do when your kids go to school and they're little engines that could. Yeah. Yep. You know, and that's the thing about it when you know, and that's what I was saying in the last school was that, like, if you have kids, you have to make sure that you are teaching them something other than what the school is teaching them. Because the school is teaching them lies. Sorry. The school is teaching them lies. And so you have to teach them what is the truth. Two little engines that could, won't, and don't. That can't, won't. Ooh, two little engines that can't, won't, and don't. I love that one. Two little engines that can't, won't, and don't. We have to teach our kids that yes, you can. Yes, you will. And this is how you do it. I'll say it again. We have to teach our kids that yes, you can. Yes, you will. And this is how you do it. And we also need to teach our kids that they're special and they're different, and that's okay. And you don't have to fit into this little box. I say, forget going outside the box, destroy the box. The hell with the damn box. Right. But so a man thinks he shall be. Right. You know, like I said, we have to teach our young kings to appreciate their queens, because that's a problem too. That's a whole other scope. But we might go. Oh, mindset. Yeah, it's a whole mindset change. But the thing about working with, you know, I've been working with kids for a very long time, and the thing that I know about them young, if you get them when they're really young, they're gonna remember. And when you get them when they're really young, they're gonna remember and they're gonna teach. And so when they're 13, 14 years old, they're already teaching and saying that this is what I learned when I was 5. And this is what can help you. They will sit there. I know we were mentoring kids when I was 9. I couldn't wait. When I was 7, I couldn't wait to be 9 years old so I could mentor a first grader in reading. Because that's what we did at my old school. So kids will learn if you teach. Kids will learn if you teach them. If you take the time out to teach kids, they will learn and they will show love and they will progress and they will teach others. But again, you have to take the time out to teach them to begin with. So, but yeah, but that's what they learn. They want to learn. Kids want to learn. That's the thing. People don't understand. Kids want to learn. Kids are dying to learn. But you gotta stop acting like they're just babies and they don't know anything. They want to know the truth. They really do. About some stuff. Don't teach them about everything. Let them be children, but don't let them be fooled. I'm gonna say this again. Let them be children. Don't let them be fooled. My mom taught me really young that officer friendly wasn't so friendly. Common sense. Yep. He's like, yeah, he's cool. It's cool that you're officer friendly and all, but they're not always like that. I'm gonna tell you this now, so you don't get disappointed later. I learned this when I was about 10 or 11. Because we gotta teach our kids that. Because the school's not gonna tell them that. And that's the problem. We have to teach our kids that every single thing you read, you hear in school isn't true. We have to teach our kids that those standardized tests do not define you. I'm going to say this again. We have to teach our kids that these standardized tests do not define them. Because these teachers are telling them that it does. And that's what's leading to low self-esteem and making them think they're not worth anything because these damn standardized tests. So, anywho, I gotta get to bed. But, you guys can follow me in here, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Blab at danayaazure. That's DANAYAAZURE. Like the Facebook page, facebook.com/danayadesigns for you. Check out the website, www.danayadesignsforyou.com. Be sure to follow the station on Twitter and on Instagram at Nexxlegacy, NEXXLEGACY. Check out the website, www.nexxlegacy.com. Alrighty, take care. Goodbye. Really? Really Periscope today? You just be blowing me today. Ay, ay. There we go. There we go. It's not in chat.